Hello, Leo. Elsie here to do a reading for you. Leo, we're looking at the rest of May. How you doing, friends? I hope you're well. Thanks for clicking here, my fire family. Let's find out what is going on for you in the month of May in terms of your career, your finances, and in love. We're going to start out with the Psychic Tarot, then we're going to move to the regular tarot, and at the end of this video I'm going to tell you all about private reads and how to find the extended if you're interested. Let's find out what's going on for Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We are starting with career for the month of May. We've got discontent and boredom. It feels like you are in discontent with your job or your career path. It feels like you've become bored. It's like a safe zone. And you know what? You're not really all that comfortable in the comfort zone. You always got to be chasing something, having fire. You need something to look forward to, something to be excited about. And I feel like you're doing something that's very safe and not necessarily something that is making you excited about life. Tell me about finances for Leo. We've got moving on. I feel like when you move on, we're going to talk more about your finances, but it feels like you're going from financial chaos to financial calm. And it might be when you get out of that boredom energy and find something new, but we'll put some tarot on it and find out what's going on. Tell me about love for Leo in the month of May. We've got heartache and loss. Very interesting. Bottom of the deck, we will talk a little bit more about that and find out what that's all about. We've got disruption. So look, it does feel like there's going to be disruption, possibly in your career. Sounds like it might happen in love as well. And it feels like you're like there's disruption, things changing and switching about for you in the month of May. This is a tower, and so it feels like there's going to be things that are shifting and moving. There's going to be a disruption in the same old, which could be good for your career, but also it could be something that that you didn't expect to shift. So let's figure out what we're talking about here. Tell me about Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about discontent and boredom in this career path here. Tell me about Leo. Leo, we start with the Ten of Cups. We start with the Knight of Swords. And the Hierophant. Yeah, you know, it feels like you've already mastered something, or I feel like you're a little bit too stubborn to leave here, to be honest. It feels like you want to go, though, with the Knight of Swords. It feels like you just want to say it and go. It feels like you want to move forward. You want to go from here and move forward into something that's a little more aggressively, I feel like it's something that is, I'm saying aggressive because I feel like it's an aggressive move, but it feels like you need to be stimulated more in the mind, is what it feels like. Gemini always needs to be mentally stimulated, very smart, always taking in information, learning something new, teaching something new. I feel like you're not feeling mentally stimulated here. So although this is like an essentially a happy place, I don't think you hate the job, is what I'm saying. I don't think you hate it, but I think you've become discontent here because there's nothing going on in the comfort zone. You don't grow in the comfort zone, and I think you're interested in growing. So I feel like the reason that you haven't left here yet is because of the Hierophant. I think you're too stubborn to go. It feels like this is a corporation or an institution or whatever it is that you're working at, and it feels like this is a place that's, you know, giving you decent cash and it's predictable and, you know, all the things. Is like, don't fix it if it's not broken, but it feels like you do want to rock the boat. I don't think it's very exciting, is what I'm saying. I think you just want to go. Tell me more about Leo and their career. Got the Sun. I feel like something's going to be revealed to you. I think all of this is going to be revealed to you sometime in the month of May. That this isn't necessarily a terrible place to work, but I feel like you're no longer interested. You're not growing. It's time to go. I think you want to stand on your own, like stand on business and say, oh, maybe you want to start a business. It could be that. But I think that the Sun, it's like this gong, right? Have you ever stood against one of these gongs, like next to these? This just never stops vibrating. Like it feels like even like even minutes after they hit the gong, it never stops vibrating. I feel like this is your energy, right? This is your vibration. It feels like you want to grow, and that's really what the sun is about. Everything under the sun grows. This is what's being revealed to you, and I think it's time to go. But first you must come to a breakthrough and realize that you're stuck only because you're stubborn. Look, you're a fixed sign like me, and I feel like you're like, but it's a comfort zone here. I know what to expect. I know the job really well. I know what I'm going to get paid. I know they always pay me well. And I feel like you are, yeah, it feels like you're going to have some sort of a breakthrough, or all of this stuff is going to be revealed to you. Yeah, I guess I could stay here because I'm happy, but I don't think I think you're bored. I think that's what it is. Tell me about moving on, because I feel like you're moving out of some sort of financial chaos into financial calm. We've got the Three of Swords. We've got the Temperance energy here. You go from being very disappointed in the financials in your life to being healed. It feels like there is something that's gone on. Look, maybe you lost money to a separation or a divorce. It looks like this could also represent possibly being in a marriage, right? A commitment. That's the thing too, is that you're very committed. You're a person who's very loyal. So I feel like you're very committed to this. It could be a friend's business. It could be a family business. But it feels like here that this moving on energy is telling me that where you are is mentally chaotic in terms of finances until Temperance shows up. Temperance is a shift. It's a shift of alchemy. It's no longer going back and forth. It's no longer highs and lows. Everything comes together in a moment where everything is even, and the Queen of Swords shows up. That's Libra. Everything comes to a place of restoration. Something here is evening out. You have financial harmony. It feels like as the month moves in, rolls into the end of the month here, you go further and further away from being disappointed about the chaos of your finances to going from high highs and low lows to something that's harmonization. It's harmony. Yeah, it feels like you were stuck to something. Possibly there is somebody in your life who is codependent financially. These could be children, right? Children, of course, have to be. But it feels like it also could be a spouse or somebody that you're dating. It does feel like you were attached to something that you couldn't get away from. Maybe you signed a contract. Maybe you're in a car loan. Maybe you're in a mortgage. Whatever it is, it feels like you signed some sort of a contract that says you're attached for a very long period of time. I feel like you planned it out, hoping that, this doesn't look so bad. It feels like a lot of planning to get detached from this. And I feel like you have to be honest with yourself now. And in being honest with yourself, I feel like you finally look at all the details. And because the Queen of Swords would, right? The Queen of Swords is one who's all about the details, overthinks everything, but nonetheless is going to be honest with themselves. I feel like you step out of the chaos, which is the highs and the lows in your finances in the month of May, where it becomes a little more balanced here because the Queen of Swords is Libran energy. Tell me about this heartache and loss that you're dealing with here in terms of love. This could be platonic or romantic. Take it as it is for you. We do have the Magician. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Ace of Cups. And we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Do you know what I think the heartache and loss is from? I think you're tired of being breadcrumbed. I think you're tired of giving your all and not getting anything in return, or getting very little in return. I think that this is something that you're thinking about, right? The Three of Wands is here. I feel like you're enjoying your time alone at this time, but I also feel like you're spending time alone because you're tired of being manipulated. I think that you're taking back control. I'm going to say this heartache and loss is something that I feel that you keep going through over and over and over again. There always seems to be some sort of a love disruption going on in your life. It feels like you haven't found the right person and you're tired of going through the heartache and the loss. So I feel like the Magician tells me you take control of your reality. Because reality is whatever you want it to be. You don't have to do anything. You can do whatever you want to do in terms of how you disperse your love, who you love, why you love. And I feel like that in the future here, that you've decided that you are going to wait until love surprises you. until a real gem comes along, that you are no longer going to be engaging in this. You're no longer going to be engaging in being breadcrumbed, because you are an overgiver, Leo. And I feel like you're in this place in life where you've been overgiving to people, and that you have not been getting as much back as you give. So I feel like I'm supposed to tell you, look, all the aces are up your sleeve. You have all the resources, you have all the tools. You always were in charge of this, but you keep giving your energy over to people who abuse it, or who take it and don't give anything back in return. I feel like this Three of Wands is telling me to tell you, look, there is something in the future. There is a gem in the future. You will love again. But and it feels really valuable. Like we've got fish, we've got water, and in the tarot that is wealth, right? So I feel like you will meet someone who is of value, that it will surprise you, because we don't always expect to see an oyster that has a pearl. I feel like you've been through a lot, because the only reason there's a pearl in the oyster is because a lot of grit gets in there and irritates the situation. I feel like this whole situation with love and loss and heartache is something that you've been enduring for a really long time. So I feel like there is going to be someone showing up in your life who is going to show you that they are a gem, that they do value you, and that you are a gem as well. So I think that's coming up in the future. I think financially, you're not expecting everything to shift. I feel like you're not expecting things to stop going from high highs to low lows. But I feel like something is going to show up here that is going to give you a choice to speak your mind on something. And so that's how you get rid of the chaos, is by being truthful and honest with yourself, that you have been disappointed in the way that you've either been handling money, or I think just disappointed with the money flow in general. The devil energy here tells me that, yeah, I feel like you're attached to some sort of contract that you made in the past, and like you're paying on it and paying on it. But it does feel like you're sort of being honest with yourself, that things have to come to a place of healing. So I feel like you're going to be healing yourself in terms of your finances. I think that this sun is more than just for your career. I think the sun is here to reveal a lot of things to you. And when the sun is here with the Tower, to me, that's a revelation or awakening. That's an awakening of, how did I let this stuff go on for so long? It feels like, you may have been working from fear of not wanting to lose a relationship. That's why you held on too long and got breadcrumbed. Fear of feeling like that you can't make any more money. But I feel like with the Temperance card here, that something's about to shift in your favor and heal the finances. Maybe you felt like, it's irresponsible for me to move out of this job. Even though I don't like it, I just need to wait until retirement. I feel like what's being revealed to you is that you can stand on your own, that you can leave if you want. Maybe you're going to start a business, your own corporation. But I feel like although you're happy here, I just feel as though you feel stuck until the sun comes out and there is some sort of a breakthrough. So let's look at, we got the Seven of Cups. You are making a decision, because something here is no longer confusing you, no longer overwhelming, and I feel like you're done feeling overwhelmed or emotional about life in general. I think things are going to become clearer, and you'll be making clear decisions in the month of May, because the Seven of Cups is that, to me, it's when it's this way, it's confusion and emotion and emotional overload. When it's like this, I'm now clear, and I now am going to make a decision, because the Nine of Wands is here, and I think that you're burnt out. I feel like you're just not going to give anybody anything that you feel like you can't spare, or that you feel that they don't deserve. We're going to go into the extended, and we're going to talk more about this. So I'm going to put down 3 cards here. And for those of you not coming into the extended, this might end up being advice or what's happening next. If you're going to come into the extended, I'll put down these 3 cards, but we're going to clarify everything here. And if you would like to come into the extended, then please look at the pinned comment that is above all of the comments. Click there. It says read more. And when that comes out here, then you will when that list comes down, you will see that there's one link there for the membership. That's where all these extendeds go. And if you are interested in a private read, please take the link to Hypsee, take a look at my prices and my packages, and you can get a reading with me that is pre-recorded or live. The pre-recorded sale is over. It ended at midnight on the 4th of May. So thank you for, if you've participated, thanks for supporting me that way. And if you are somebody who is wanting a live read, please know live reads are still on sale between 5 and 75% off, depending on whether you are returning or brand new. And please go take a look at my timetable when I'm available. You do have to pre-book for those. All right, let's go into the extended, find out what else is going on here. Thank you for coming here and watching. Leo, I do appreciate you. Oh, I said I was going to put down 3 cards, didn't I? Let's do that. Let's put down 3 more cards for Leo. We've got, oh, okay, the Page of Swords is here. The Tower has shown up again. And then we have the 6 of Wands. I feel like some sort of financial block is about to be cleared. It feels like you're about to get some sort of a victory. There's going to be people noticing you or cheering you on. It feels like financially you're about to get a win. You are breaking the chains that bind you, which means there's a contract you're able to break, a lease you're able to break, something that's costing you money. I feel like it's the Tower is showing up to shift everything. It feels like maybe you go over a contract, or you're like, wait a second, I thought I stopped paying on this a year ago, but they're still charging me. Like, it feels like something like that. You get to move on from a contract. You can stop feeling chaotic in the mind about where your money's going. You're getting things more organized. Your intuition is telling you it's time. It's time for you to take control and make some decisions so you can move to a calmer place. Moving on, that's the 6 of Swords as well. We're going to go into the extended. If you want to be there, you know how to get there. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Thanks, Leo. I'm going to go for now. Bye-bye.